Welcome to the Herbalist Hour. This is where community gather, merging the power of people and the flowers, the sweet and the bitter to the salty, the sour. Umami, it's time for the Herbalist Hour.
Well, we're back. Herb Rally podcast, YouTube. Here with Rosalee de la Forêt and your tattoo artist,
Caitlyn Cordell.
Caitlyn Cordell. Here at Unruly Beings tattoo, and she also has a tarot deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in beautiful Twisp, Washington. And yeah, we decided it'd be fun to do a little interview while you're getting tattooed. What are you getting tattooed on today?
Today we're adding to my hawthorn sleeve and we're getting bees added.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I need some bubble bees for the blossoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know some of the conversation today is going to be centered around this course that you're about to release, or maybe it's already being released as we air this, Cooling Inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
So I've lined up a few questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of appropriately timed. You're getting tattooed right now, and that makes me think of acute inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to describe the difference between acute versus chronic inflammation?
Yeah, because that's actually very important, the difference between the two, not to be confused. So yeah, acute inflammation happens, like for example, when someone repeatedly sticks a needle in your arm over and over again, which is basically causing a wound.
Thanks, Dale.
And you can also have acute inflammation with an injury, like a sprain or a broken bone. Even illness in the initial stages, like a cold or flu, can be acute inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
And acute inflammation is amazing. Like, you'd be dead if you didn't have acute inflammation. Because basically inflammation is the body's healing process. It's like, you could think of it as like the sirens of a fire engine truck. You know, it's just kind of like, it's the sign like, uh-oh, something's wrong, and all these inflammatory processes happen so that the healing enzymes and like repair can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't, like imagine like you sprain an ankle, for example, and your body's not alerted to the fact that there's a problem there, then like nothing gets sent there, right? And so there's no repair and healing possible. So yeah, we would literally, if you did not have an inflammatory system that's very closely related, it's an immune system response, if you didn't have that, you'd be dead. So
Inflammation gets a bad rap.
Yeah, it's very important, I think, to say the difference between acute and chronic. Because acute is necessary, it's beneficial, and you want to have like a good inflammatory response, you know? Like again, if you have like a low inflammatory response when you really need it to be like more effective, that could be problematic. You could have prolonged illness, you could take longer to heal wounds or, you know, heal bones or whatever. So you really want like a stout, acute inflammatory situation.
Okay.
So that's super beneficial. And chronic inflammation is very problematic though. There's like not a scenario where chronic inflammation is good. There's a variety of ways chronic inflammation can happen. One being that you have an acute inflammatory situation that was just like never fully resolved, and then it kind of gets like into this chronic situation. Or the body thinks that like there's just something still going on. It's just like, yeah, it just doesn't resolve. And then you get this chronic state. Your lifestyle or the way you live, your foods, those could be also just like daily contributing to a chronic inflammatory state. So chronic inflammation is bad. Pretty much every disease, chronic disease that we have, relates to chronic inflammation.
Okay.
Heart disease, which is the #1 killer of many people in this world. Cancer, like, so the big ones like that, autoimmune disease, almost all of those, digestive problems, but so many other things too, Alzheimer's, insomnia, eczema, there's rarely something that's like chronic and intense that doesn't have roots in chronic inflammation. And unfortunately, what a lot of folks do is they're looking, you know, symptomatically of like, oh, I have XY disease, and they're looking for something to heal XY disease without actually looking like, oh, but it's being like led by a state of inflammation. What's causing that inflammation? How do we fully resolve that chronic inflammation so that we can move on?
Is your course, Cooling Inflammation, more centered around chronic
Yes.
inflammation?
Yeah, all about chronic inflammation, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it more, but why would someone want to sign up for this course?
Well, so I mentioned all those diseases,
Yeah.
and this isn't a course that like cures disease or anything, but it looks at like what are the main underlying factors that then contribute to chronic disease, and like wouldn't we want to figure those out?
Yeah.
And I love this course because it's both can help somebody who's in like the stages of health challenges that they want to improve, but also like maintenance. You know, it's like pretty much everybody is affected by chronic inflammation.
Yeah.
And so this is really caused by the world we live in and the way we live. And so, you know, how do we want to avoid that? You know, so we're not walking into this, you know, as we get older, especially walking into chronic states of chronic inflammation.
How long have you been teaching
I would
this?
say another thing too, if I could just...
Pretty pleased with the sharing thought. I appreciate that.
The other thing is that so I've dealt with chronic inflammation for a lot of my life. And then I was in clinical practice and I began to see like, oh, all of these people coming for chronic illness, like that was the underlying thing. But man, people suck the joy out of working with chronic inflammation. Like it really is like often this like fear-based state. It's like often focused on elimination. So like you have to like forego your favorite foods and the favorite things you love and like do things you hate. I don't know, it's just like this like fear and like, you know, it's like, oh, you had this great life where you enjoyed all these things and now you can look forward to a life of kale smoothies forever. I don't know, you know, it's just like, it's like they suck the joy out of it. Yeah. And so that's been something that has been very important to me is like, how do we live joyful lives? How do we enjoy?
That's like the thesis of life.
It is.
Your
Main
mantra,
it is. Yeah. So how do we bring the joy back? So the course is not about like elimination or fear or like the world is toxic and you know, it's not that. It's like, well, let's find joy in the process. Yeah. And that, especially when we go through the live cohort of people like reaching for the joy in the process, it's pretty fun to watch.
So are you just telling the students just to take turmeric all day then? Is that like the what you're trying to get across?
Yeah, just take turmeric. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's funny, it's just recently I had something going on and I started taking gobs of turmeric and I was like, oh, I'm not herbalist now. Just taking all the turmeric. But in that situation, it was appropriate and good. Sure. I love turmeric. Yeah. Love it. But turmeric, sometimes I feel like it gets to be like the poster child and it's misunderstood in so many different ways. Like one, turmeric is not ideal for everybody. Energetically, it's very somewhat warming but very drying in nature. So if someone has like dry joints, dry skin, dry hair, like we're not probably going to be reaching for that as a primary, or we want to formulate it really well. People often just get the dosage wrong, they get the frequency wrong.
Taking like one little capsule.
Yeah. So I was just laughing because I remember you did. I was like,
throw me under the bus.
Sorry. I was like, take turmeric, and then I realized you were taking one capsule. I was like, no.
I was taking 2, dear listener. You're like, take 10. I did, and go figure it out.
Made a difference, yeah. For you, not everybody needs 10. Right. That's the thing. We have to like personally.
I know I was going through an acute situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. An acute situation that did not want to become chronic, for example. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We wanted to resolve it. Yeah, so turmeric's amazing. I take turmeric myself almost every day. So no shade on turmeric, but it's not like the cure-all that I think people expect it to be. Yeah. I get so many questions, like not infrequently, where people write in and or they're like, I have arthritis, I have this problem, that problem, it's inflammatory in nature, I took turmeric, it didn't get better, what gives? Yeah. It's like, well, because there's just a little bit more to it than that. Yeah.
This might be peripherally related. Don't you have a hot take on combining turmeric with black pepper?
Yeah, so there was a study done, I was like 20 years ago or so now, but the study was actually looking at curcuminoids, so extracts from turmeric, and those are, when you extract things from the whole plant, so curcuminoids, they found it's not very bioavailable. So that means that they would extract these things, give them to people, and they could tell like you're just not assimilating it, just passing through. And so then they said, okay, well, what can we do to make it more enhanced? And they add black pepper essential oil to it, and then they found like
essential oil.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Piperine.
Okay.
Or an extract.
Okay.
Piperine extract.
Like whoa.
Yeah. And so then they were like, oh, now it works. Like, because we add those two, and so then the headlines become, you have to have black pepper with turmeric. Yeah. But that's actually not what the study showed. The study showed that curcuminoids, when you extract them, are more effective when you add piperine. So, you know, do you see how that like gets...
It kind of reminds me of when things get like regurgitated.
That's a good word to stumble on.
Like regurgitated. Like you read something in a herb book and then, you know, it just goes on down the line. Is that kind of like
kind of like that. Yeah, it was just kind of oversimplified or whatever.
Sure.
So yeah. So turmeric in its whole form does not need that. However, traditionally, it was often worked with black pepper and ginger and these kind of catalysts and enhancers, so it's not bad.
Okay.
But now I just see people freak out if you don't add black pepper to turmeric. They're like, oh my gosh, it won't work. And it's like, no, that's actually not the case. I don't add black pepper to my turmeric when I take it because I add black pepper to every single one of my meals anyway. Sometimes I'm taking ginger at the same time, which is also a lovely catalyst. You know, so I'm just not like, it doesn't keep me up at night. Make sure the two of us go together.
All right.
Let's check in with Caitlyn.
I was going to say that, yeah.
How are things going? How's it going? Good.
We're close to being done with the bee here. I'm just trying to remember. I might need to look at my image of where the white stripe goes.
This is an orange bumblebee from Ireland, but it was fashioned after.
Just getting a little bee roll. So right there. Randy's that one.
The perfect moment exists.
Any herbs that surprise you when it comes to inflammation?
Are you trying to say there's more herbs than turmeric for inflammation?
That's kind of what I was insinuating here. Yeah. Nice transition question from the last one.
Well, funnily enough, one of my favorite, maybe surprising herbs for modulating inflammation is hawthorn.
Oh.
That's what we're working on over here.
There we go.
Yeah, so hawthorn, so many gifts for the heart. And we work with hawthorn for people who have chronic heart, like even like congestive heart failure. Like people have serious heart issues. We work with hawthorn. Of course, always consult, not necessarily making that as a broad statement. But we do know that hawthorn is beneficial in many situations like that. But we can also use hawthorn as a preventive and just like to support our hearts.
Are
And
you thinking the berry, the leaf, the flower, all the above?
all of the above.
Cool.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to prepare it is really, like they're somewhat interchangeable and probably have like different gifts, you know, here and there. But I work with both regularly. I kind of am partial to the berries, but the tea is so easy to make. I make you the tea, the leaf and flower tea.
Roasty brew.
Yeah, the roasty brew, yeah.
Roasty blend, maybe.
Yeah, and I think that was called roasty blend. Yeah, well, Rosemary many decades ago had that saying that she said, you should give hawthorn to the men in your life that you love.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So Xavier gets the blend. Then I told her, I like repeated this back to her like a year or two ago. And she sassily added, she's like, and definitely don't give it to the men or something. Like she had like a second part of that, and I was like, oh, Rosemary.
Don't give to the men that you're not too fond of.
Yeah. Okay.
Sinister.
Yeah. She is sassy though.
That's a good one. Nice.
So hawthorn, one thing I love about hawthorn is it's so nourishing for the heart. And, you know, we have pharmaceuticals that are amazing and they save people's lives. I'm not throwing shade at pharmaceuticals, but accurately we can say there are no heart pharmaceuticals that nourish the heart. But hawthorn does. And we know that hawthorn, through extensive studies, hawthorn decreases people's blood pressure and helps modulate cholesterol levels and improves elasticity in the endothelial layer. So we know hawthorn works in all these like really beautiful ways for the heart in this like super nourishing way. You have to imagine it's loaded with all these polyphenols and antioxidants and
Don't you have the best berry here in Twisp?
we do have the best, is what I say. So a lot of Crataegus stellaceae, yeah. So many that kind of sparks moved on to a different it's the
Oh, I got a little buzz in my head because I felt what you were feeling.
that changed a little bit. This is my first time doing it. Interview with a tattoo, so I might be a little distracted.
Just a quick break from the show to let you know about our Herbal monographs page. So if you go to herbrally.com/monographs, you're going to see all sorts of different plant monographs. And basically what a monograph is, if you don't already know, you probably do, but it's a lengthy, well-written description of what a plant is. You're going to learn about its range, its Latin name, its common names, medicinal uses, personal stories a lot of times, because we have a wide variety of herbalists talking about these plants. So if you want to learn about a specific plant, I definitely recommend you go to herbalist.com/monographs, check them out. Some of them are even 20 pages long, some of them are 5 pages long, but they're really unique, and I highly recommend you check it out. Thanks so much, and now back to the show.
Yeah, well, what I love about our native black hawthorn, the Crataegus douglasii, is those berries are like super dark purple, which means, you know, just that like other layer of like anthocyanins and those flavonoids and everything, and they're like so sweet and delicious. And I've been making barbecue sauce with them. Yeah,
I've had that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But the leaves and the berries, or the leaves and the flowers, are also phenomenal to work with as well. So I like them all. There's hardly a day that goes by that I don't have hawthorn in some way, shape, or form. And I work with it in all the different ways too. Like we had, while you were here, I made you the hawthorn berry oxymel drink. That's something that Xavier and I have almost nightly. Handsome French husband, Xavier. And so I love that. It's like a sweet, sour drink that has hawthorn. It's so beautiful. So I'll also extract the berries just into brandy and just have like a little half ounce of that. I'll take capsules of it. You know, I'll have the tea of it. There's so many, there's just like you can enjoy hawthorn in so many different ways.
That's the best part about, or one of the best parts about hanging out at your house is you got herbs in like every nook and cranny. You're just walking around like taking this and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
True herbalist home. Are there any other, like, you don't have to go in depth on them, but any other surprise herbs that you want to like just highlight or shout out?
Another one that really comes to mind is lemon balm. So lemon balm is wonderful, modulating inflammation probably in all sorts of different ways that we don't fully understand. We don't always with herbs, you know, because herbs are just so complex. We don't have it mapped out every system. So probably working interestingly in a variety of ways. One, it's really affecting our nervous system in beneficial ways. And our nervous system can literally have like chronic inflammation, which then, you know, that starts to affect just our levels of like capacity, but also our ability to sleep, our ability to be like resilient to stress, and so there's, you know, all sorts of things that lemon balm is probably helping with that on a nervous system level. But maybe you have heard me talk about the study before, where they had radiology staff, so people are like giving X-rays to other people, and they had them they did all these tests on them to like test their oxidative damage and like what was going on in their body. So these frequent, they're frequently exposed to X-rays, and so to some degree. And so they took those markers, tested them, and then this is what I love about the study. They gave them lemon balm tea. So it wasn't even like some like nutraceutical or some like, you know, whatever. It was like they give them the tea. And they had them drink lemon balm tea, and it wasn't even like that much tea. It was just like a cup of tea. I would have given them a lot more, but I had them drink a cup of tea for 30 days, and then they retested them, and they saw major improvements in their oxidative stress levels, which is, you know, basically chronic inflammation. So that was super cool, and it just made me think like, oh man, like every radiology staff person, anybody coming in contact, you know, with this type of work should be like drinking lemon balm tea. Why not? So, you know. The side effects may include a like more calmer outlook, a more joyful spirit. It helps with digestion. So a little cup of lemon balm tea after a meal might, you know, improve your digestion as well. So the side effects, you know, consider them.
Pretty positive.
But even, you know, it's like if you get in a plane, you get dental X-rays. Like there are so many reasons that you might want to enjoy lemon balm tea. And I'm sure so many other herbs do that. They just happen to study lemon balm in this way. So, you know, that's the one I talk about. But I love that one. And it's, you know, like hawthorn, lemon balm also just like tastes lovely. You know, so it's not easy compliance. It's not like a hard, like you can just have like a really lovely lemon balm tea and enjoy it.
I've heard you talk about this and other lists about like we as humans have certain type of herb deficiencies because we've evolved consuming these plants. And I was thinking about it, there was a time in my life where I was consuming so much lemon balm, and I was like weepy and happy and stuff like that. And I was like, shit, I think I got a lemon balm deficiency right now. So I just ordered some. I'm pretty stoked to get that back in my routine again. But so good for chronic inflammation, good for the mood, good for the spirit. Pretty pumped to get back on that plan. So you've been teaching this class for how long then?
Gosh, I think this might be my 4th or 5th year.
All right, what have the students been saying?
Don't have that memorized, but I do like.
Not one little nugget?
People
do they enjoy it?
People do love the
Okay.
course. Like I've often had people say
Consensus.
it's my favorite course.
Cool.
It's I mean, the other day we were like brainstorming another project. Shockingly.
As we do.
Yeah, and you're like, what is your favorite thing to talk about? And that was the first thing I said.
Inflammation.
Chronic
Yes,
inflammation.
that's
So
right.
it is like I get to come alive. We
Yeah.
get to do these like live classes together. One thing that's really fun about the course is I talked about it's like a joyful thing.
Yeah.
So what we do is we spend each week we do an hour together and I present information. This is not like anatomy and physiology. Like it's I would like to say fun and interesting. And then what I do is I offer invitations. And so every week there's like 5 to 8 invitations that I offer to the students and they choose one that they're going to do that week. And then they do that invitation that week. And they're everything from like herbal formulas that you could take to sleeping practices to meditation to just all sorts of things. Spending time outside. And so it's this guided invitation.
I'm still listening. Yeah.
That students get to do, and then you get to talk to other people about what they're doing,
Yeah.
and then report back on like how it's going for you. So it's a very like group-led experience. It's not like do this on your own type of thing. It's like we're all doing this together. We get to report back. Yeah, so that's a really fun part of it. And so yeah, people get really into that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So where do folks learn more? I guess they could go to the podcast.
They should go to the show notes.
Yeah, do description.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and we'll do like a little mini course
Yeah.
to get started so folks can just see what it's like and see more about my philosophy
Yeah.
and what it's like as a student. And then we will enroll the full course.
Okay. All right. Well, I highly encourage the viewer or listener to go check it out. Also, it includes probably some sort of free course too, as well, right?
That's in the mini course.
Oh, that's
yeah.
the mini course.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, Caitlyn,
Hi.
you describe yourself in the Arts Mag episode or issue 002. Is that what that means, or is it called 002 the magazine?
That's the second
Second.
publication of the Metau Arts magazine.
All right, so it's all over the Metau Valley then. Zama, Winthrop, Twisp.
Look at you know the price.
Yeah, that's all I got. But you were interviewed by Kaylee, I want to say, and you said your personality, you describe yourself as not human, you describe your personality in terms of plants and animals.
Oh.
Do you remember saying that? And if so, do you want to expound upon that?
Sounds great, Caitlin.
It piqued my interest.
I think. Well, thanks for the interest.
Of course. There was a few bars you had in there, but I was like, we'll focus on that.
Yeah, I think when I try to consider what attributes I would ascribe to myself, I often don't feel like I gravitate towards human words, but that this planet just has a lot to offer in terms of how I see myself. So there are definitely characteristics that I would name, but have thought of like my essence in relationship to the natural world. And some of that feels a little like, I think there's some vulnerability and some like discomfort and kind of trying to name that, because I think modern culture and human culture sees that as like kind of woo in a way, but
We're here for the woo.
yeah. I know you guys are. Totally. But yeah, there's definitely plants and animals out there who I consider kin and help me name who I am.
Well, it's very reflected in your work, and I have to assume, well, I don't want to assume anything. Where does the name Unruly Beings come from?
It came from, the start of it was to try to name this tarot deck that I published.
It's beautiful. It's incredible. Like, you're like, oh, Caitlyn made this tarot deck. I'm like, oh, sure, I'll check it out. It's amazing. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
What do you think, Rosalee?
That's so good.
And can people, well, I won't, please continue, but can folks look at it online somewhere?
Definitely, yeah. My website, unrulybeings.com.
We got the URL, good.
Yeah, right?
Nice.
Yeah, my partner Easton really nailed that right away.
Come on.
But you can see all the cards there in the, when you buy the, or look at buying the deck, you can see all the cards actually laid out.
You know, I would say, like, I've been seeing the artwork for this deck for years. It took you 8 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been seeing previews of it for many years. And so I kind of, and I, you know, love and respect her as an artist. She's tattooed a lot of my body. We also did a coloring book together, which I like to say is her claim to fame.
No, you're not.
But what was like, so when I got my deck and started pulling cards, I was really amazed at the writing that goes with them, and just like the reflective nature of them too, and the insightfulness of it as well, which obviously it wasn't like, I don't know, I just was so ready for the artwork to be what it was about, but it's really the artwork combined with the
That's half the equation.
Yeah, so.
Did you do the writing too, or?
Yeah, I
No
did.
way, I didn't
Yeah.
know that part.
Yeah, I did the bulk of the writing, and then I had some really amazing people come and help do editing, primarily my partner Easton. But yeah, the foundational messages and the bulk of the writing is mine.
Multi-talented over here.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Yeah, I think the goal was to really help people connect to the plants and animals, and though I think the images do speak to that connection, also offering these flora fauna lessons, so little tidbits, and there are some plant medicine tidbits in the deck as well. Helps us remember that humans have been watching our plant and animal kin since the beginning of time, and that I think much of the way that we are is attributed to the ways that we connect to all the beings around us, and that felt important to have those reminders in the book.
I was really struck by the black and white. Like, I didn't know I liked black and white art so much until I saw that. Is there a reason you wanted to work with that medium, like in that way?
I think it's been very much a part of my illustrative style since I was a kid, is to work in black and white, and as my tattoos demonstrate too, like shades of gray feel really natural to me. I had no idea that actually creating an unruly, or this tarot deck, that working in blacks was going to be way harder than working in color. Turns out black ink and mass production is very, very challenging. So it's been a journey for sure. But yeah, I wanted to have the stark nature of the cards feel really vibrant and intense, but just with that black and white contrast.
So it's been 8 years. Did I read that you were doing one per week?
Probably.
Does that math check out? I'm gonna check your
Yeah,
work.
one to two.
That's impressive.
They're about, each card took close to 30 hours.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean it shows, but yeah.
And a lot of the cards I redid over time, because I started this in 2018, late 2017, and have definitely evolved as an artist. I did not have a drawing practice until I started. I mean, I've had a drawing practice most of my life, but I didn't work with such intensity around my drawing practice until working on this tarot deck.
Do you think art is medicine for the person creating the art?
Ooh, for the person creating the art.
Yeah, like is it therapeutic for you when you're sitting there for 30 hours drawing one piece?
Yeah, I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think in some ways it feels tremendously kinesthetic to be in a practice of drawing. And mostly because I draw from reference photos, I'm really just I'm in a practice of looking and drawing, and it feels good.
It's gotta help your concentration. And look at you concentrating right there, doing great.
Thank you.
Co-host, did you have any questions? Or should we wrap it up?
I want to have a really great question right now.
Maybe the
I want something from
scratching is hard.
Caitlyn, are you on the gram and stuff?
Oh, I'm on the gram Insta.
At Unruly Beings?
It's most of my tattoo art is on just my name, Caitlyn Cordell 23, and then yes, I do have a Instagram that has also pictures of the tarot deck, and that is Unruly Beings on Instagram.
We'll leave links to all that in the podcast show notes as per usual.
You could maybe just add something.
Yeah, please.
It's not a profound question.
No.
Caitlyn's an incredible artist, obviously. Biggest heart, like talking to her. You know, I've had countless hours of tattoo under here, and yeah, just our conversations are always so beautiful. I feel like half the valley is tattooed by you. I feel like that sometimes, but people actually travel from far and wide to come get Caitlyn tattoos as well. So, you know, I have her in my feed, obviously, and it's just like, it's a joy just to see what she's working on. It's just so many botanical tattoos. That's kind of like, would you say you do more botanicals than anything else?
Yeah, I do. I do feel like that is definitely in my wheelhouse and my specialty. I really like the organic nature of plants. I'm not super drawn to hard lines. I like my work feeling alive. I like the reverence that is created through tattoos and plant tattoos that people walk around with. Because oftentimes people have a huge reverence for the plant that they're tattooing on their body, and what an honor to be able to really give voice to this plant and the relationship to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, before I met Caitlyn, their mutual friend, and Easton had a St. John's wort tattoo on her leg. And I was like, whoa, where did that come from? So, my partner Caitlyn, and back then you were just doing stick and poke.
That's right,
Stick and poke. And it was just so cool. And it was like, I feel like my life changed that day. Like,
you've done a lot of work.
I was like, whoa, this is a new directory.
So that was your intro to Caitlyn.
Yeah.
We spent close to 30 hours together working on your hand pokes on the outside of your legs.
Yeah. And then we did the coloring book together, which
so took a lot of time.
Yeah, that took a couple of years. Yeah, that was during COVID. We'd meet outside and work on the sketches and work on that was really fun.
Do you still do stick and poke?
Yeah, if people ask for them, I will definitely still do stick and poke.
My frog was stick and poke.
Okay.
After she was already doing machine.
Is there a reason someone would get stick and poke over this method?
I think a lot of people who want stick and poke like the gentle nature of it. It's actually a lot less trauma to the skin.
This was surprising for me because I mainly had stick and poke, and when I got the first layer of this big one done, I was like, I thought something was wrong. I was like, this is so different than the stick and poke. Like,
a lot more pokes happening here with the machine.
I like them both though.
Yeah, I think if you like a stippled styled art, you might gravitate towards hand poke.
This could be a good opportunity for you to talk about the coloring book, like the project itself.
Oh,
yeah.
I kept trying, but
Instant.
we did a coloring book together.
And with Xavier.
And with Xavier, So, a friend of ours died young. She's 45, and pretty suddenly of cancer. And I was at her memorial, just right here, actually, it just works. And I just had this idea of doing something in her memory, and the coloring book idea came. Like, she was very community oriented and did a lot of she was a naturalist and did a lot of community education. I just had this idea during her memorial. And the idea kind of shifted and changed a bit over time. And then somehow it just clicked with Caitlyn. I was like, oh, Caitlyn. At first I had this idea I'd work with 50 different artists. It was hard enough working with one artist, honestly.
Difficult.
I'm just kidding. It just felt more streamlined and obviously I love her art. And so what we wanted to do was a naturalist coloring book of the Metau Valley, and it goes through the seasons. So we start off in the winter, and then we go, and so each page is kind of a different, based on kind of a different place in the Metau and the beings of that time, in those different seasons. So that's what we did.
I just want to emphasize too, you don't have to live in the Metau to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, these plants and animals are everywhere,
Yeah.
especially in Western
Right.
United States. But yeah, so the artwork's incredible. And then so we all worked together on like figuring out what are these scenes. And basically what we would do is I would come and I would bring like 100 plants I wanted on the page, and then Caitlyn would be like, "How will we beat?"
Yeah.
That was kind of how it went. Because she wanted it to look good and be easy to color.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird.
We were trying to make it for kids.
Yeah. Well, she did these super cute weasels, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're so cute!" And she was like, "Yeah, I just thought because it's a kids coloring book, we might make it fun." And I was like, "Brilliant! It's brilliant!" Because we were just making it up. Like we're not professional coloring book people.
Right.
So yeah, so
Neither was I.
Yeah, so we worked through all of that, and then Xavier and I wrote it together, which was really fun.
It's a fun collaborative project.
Yeah, so it's kind of a storybook, coloring book combination. And then we worked with Elaine Timontois. She's Metau, and she is a original language holder of the Insulcine language of the Metau people, and so she helped contribute. So on the opposing page, we have the words of all the beings in English and their botanical nomenclature and in Insulcine as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's a nice collaborative community.
Love that. I actually also wanted to point out, I hadn't thought about this until now, but if you, dear listener, own Wild Remedies and Alchemy of Herbs, and you think you have the complete Rosalee collection, you actually don't. So if you want to fill out the collection, you actually have to get this book.
Yeah.
So
There you go. Thanks. Wingman.
So yeah, links, I guess they can get it wherever you,
Wherever books are sold.
yeah, really cool. Or your website or,
No. Books aren't sold there.
Sweet, well, this has been a lot of fun, you two.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess.
So this happened because like our schedules were so tight. I was like, well, I'm getting a tattoo. You're like, I'll just do this during the tattoo. I'm like, okay.
This is just fulfilling my lifelong dream of interviewing someone while they get tattooed. Ooh, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the, Caitlyn brought this up, the immunity and association with getting tattooed.
Oh,
Did you want to, you're an expert on this realm, right?
Because of what you told me like 30 minutes ago.
Well, because what Caitlyn told me. I Googled that
Well, you know
shit.
what's interesting, going back to like inflammation and the immune system and acute stuff, is this getting a tattoo, you are getting like a wound on your body.
Yeah.
And it does, apparently, I'm just learning this, but it makes sense, that is, obviously an acute inflammatory response, but it creates an immune response as well. Which apparently over time,
With more tattoos.
with more tattoos, so what
So no
you're
herbs and
saying
more
as a
tattoos.
tattoo artist that people should get more tattoos? Is that
For their health.
It's
a public health issue.
we should fact check this?
Yeah, don't take our word for it.
Please don't, in fact.
That is an interesting correlation there between immune system health and well, that's an interesting thing, again, going back to inflammation. Like, we need acute inflammation, like, we need to have the body worked up. And it's kind of like the hygiene theory, which, has different layers to it. But this idea of, like, if you live in a sterile environment, your immune system is never challenged, which then it creates, like, people who live in sterile environments as children actually have more things like allergies and eczema and these other inflammatory responses later in life.
Yeah.
So they have a higher incidence of that. Versus kids that are born like on farms and have like a lot of introduction of things and microbes and everything into their bodies, they don't tend to have those as often.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm getting a tattoo for my health.
There you go.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. I wonder if there's also something about the correlation between having like these really soothing, and we're talking about lemon balm, like lemon balm also tastes really good, it smells really good, and so when it might have these different compounds that lead to anti-inflammation, but part of it is the relationship that we experience with the plant.
Absolutely.
And I think there's something interesting about tattoos, which for most people, it is painful, but we also experience this, maybe it's like dopamine hit, or also just enjoyment of the experience of having beautiful art on our bodies. And part of that is like maybe the nature of inflammation, of healthy inflammation, is that you're having something that you are like actively an agent in inviting in, and that might be good for the nervous system.
That makes me think. I always get dopamine hits when I'm not in
So dramatic.
that too.
Yeah. We also may do that reading later. So, yeah, we'll just either splice that in or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's splice it in.
Cool.
Let's go check out the deck.
We're going to go check out the deck and do a reading for Rosalee from the Unruly Beings tarot card deck.
See.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome back 5 times.
We often start laughing.
Yeah. That's how I would do it. Okay, so I thought it would be kind of, we talked about like, what's your next tattoo, or what should your next class be? But I actually think that this tarot deck usually just wants to get at the heart of the matter, which is like, what's up for you?
Okay,
And
sure.
so- and speak to
Well
that.
timed.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I also want to say it looks beautiful on the side. I didn't notice that before.
Oh yeah, the metal
Yeah.
edging, and it will like reflect
It's like legit metal
what's
edging.
coming on. Silver,
Wow.
silver
That's
foil.
super cool. Do you notice that?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
it. Yeah, reflect. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Classy.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wanted to make it special. So, Mason, we'll start with you.
Okay.
And I actually like it for people to start with the deck.
Okay.
And for you to shuffle the deck however you want to.
Okay.
You just move the cards in and
Sure.
out. And just drop into the present moment and the feelings that have been showing up for you today or even just now.
This morning at 7:45.
This morning at
AM.
7:45.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. All right. So I'll let you be the flipper. Oh.
It says 8 of Pentacles.
8 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'll ask you to tell me.
I'll show later.
What do you see in that card? What images or what's happening in that card?
So, I wish you could tell me what this is. That's not like a gecko, is it?
It's an anole lizard.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a lizard. Okay. So the first thing I noticed, I didn't even notice the other ones in the background until later. You got this solo anole over here chilling by himself, and he's looking over at this group of other anoles. And I don't know what that means, but it stands out to me.
Yeah, there's sort of a checking out.
Yeah. Maybe like looking towards community or something like that. That's kind of the first thing that comes to mind.
Cool.
I like the foliage too. It looks maybe like some sort of succulent or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's jade plant.
Jade. Oh, I love
Yeah,
jade.
yeah. And do you know anything about tarot? Have you pulled cards?
I've done it before.
Yeah.
So sporadic that it never really like sticks. So, and I feel like every time it's like a new deck and a new person doing it. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, I kind of get the gist.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So pentacles are the suit we're in, and that is the suit of the material world.
Okay.
Work, your body, your health, but also the things that you are creating around you, your family and home.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 8 of Pentacles is a card about like choosing or looking towards the right options for us in terms of our like family and futures. So this is actually, yeah, it's an interesting card for
That's
you
cool.
right now.
Yeah.
This is a female anole, and the male anoles, when they're in like mating displays, they take this dewlap, this pink dewlap, and they push it out. And so that's what's happening, is they're kind of all on display.
Okay.
I'm trying to show her, you know, so
Sure.
she's like, oh, what do I want for myself right now? And this is a card also about like clear discernment for yourself, but also not being pressured by societal norms and beliefs about the kind of future that you want to make for yourself. So if you've adopted ways of looking at your future that feel like they're trying to please other people, it's time to start.
You're speaking to my soul right now. That's cool.
Yeah, it's time to start looking at like what it is that you truly, truly want and being comfortable with that. And part of this too is about discernment. So it's not just going on like feeling, like we're in the card of Pentacles, which is about like practical assessment. But I do think that Pentacles in this card is about trusting the body. So am I feeling into the body? Where does the body want to be? How does the body feel in these different moments? And when I like bring up feelings, how does the body respond? And so that kind of discernment is also really important as part of this card and this like future viewing for yourself. And you have the jade plant, so maybe today is also about luck. Like jade is a luck plant. It's considered that in a lot of different cultures, and so how can we start to like manifest? Okay. And I think of luck as like the real capacity to start to truly manifest. I mean, I think like Rosalee is actually a perfect example of like what you could consider luck, which is actually manifesting your dreams into reality. And like that means that the cards fall in line with that goal because you've had a lot of discernment and you're like really trying to practice looking into the things that make you feel happy.
That's so profound, and as you were talking, it kind of reminds me of how I feel like I used to operate in my younger years, and then just kind of how do I want to put this? I feel like looking towards the future, I become more rigid about like what I want my future to look like, and some of it does have to do with people pleasing and basing my future and future decisions based on what others around me might want. And I'm getting that maybe that's not the best idea, but it reminds me of like, oh, this is how I used to operate. I should kind of lean into that a little bit, and just be creative and follow my heart and kind of thing. Yeah,
and I think with this card too, one thing that's clear is like, it doesn't mean that we can't make compromise with people as we move forward towards futures that are about, building community, building home, building family. But it means that you don't just go off of kind of base instinct. You go off of like, I've done my research. I'm like looking at precedent. I'm like following a strategy that I'm setting out for myself. And this card is like, it's time to get really like discerning about what it is that you're moving forward with.
That might have been the best card I could have pulled.
Yeah. I got goosebumps. Wow. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You laid a chapter down today, and now this card is like, hey, there's some like hopefulness to look at, but that means getting dirty.
Sick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Awesome. So the question is, do I put this back in the deck so she could
also pick it.
Right.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Not that I want you to, I'm just like, that's the rules, right?
Yeah, you have to operate with a full deck. That's the thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get my energy off there.
Yeah. Now you get to put your energy into it.
All right.
So now you, as you shuffle, thinking about dropping it into like, what's emerging for you right now. Okay, you get to flip it and look at it.
Water of Cups.
Winter of Cups.
Winter of Cups.
Yeah, Winter of Cups.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fish of some type. Good job.
Nailed it. It's an Arctic ice fish.
Arctic ice fish.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So fish swimming by itself over probably some kind of seaweed, I'm gonna imagine.
Yeah, it's a seagrass. Yeah.
It's interesting with this. It's almost like this. Well, I guess not. It almost looked like the fish was like see-through, like some are see-through.
They are.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Translucent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an important thing to notice.
Like how the fish is really intensely gazing too, looking towards something.
I feel like those are some fun noticings too to talk about the energy of this card. So, Winter of Cups. Cups is the suit of emotions, feelings, intuitions, the sensory body. And Arctic ice fish are completely translucent. And their blood and organs basically operate off of an antifreeze. And I think for me, the reason why I chose this card for the Winter of Cups, which is also the final card in the suit of cups of emotions, intuition, feeling, is that it's about deep vulnerability and also wisdom around the power of being completely in tune with and honest with our feelings. And so that like translucent nature of the Arctic ice fish, like where you can see the heart through the skin essentially, but recognizing that like being in this high pressure, they're at the darkest part of the like high pressure parts of the ocean, is that like we can withstand discomfort by being our open, vulnerable selves. So maturity and wisdom.
Could it be another perfect card?
I'm gonna read it to you. Okay. For many of us, emotional vulnerability is scary because it means we could be invalidated, misunderstood, or even harmed by others for expressing our innermost feelings. The Winter of Cups calls into the knowledge that our vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a gift to the world. Sharing the truth of our feelings is no easy act, since vulnerability does indeed come with some risk. If your truth and depth cannot be received by others, accept their capacity limitations and remember that their judgment is not yours to hold. Shine on. Especially in dark places, the glow of your growth will light the path for others. So the fauna lesson about Arctic ice fish. Arctic ice fish have translucent skin as well as big hearts and blood vessels in order to withstand the pressure of the depths at which they live. Their blood contains proteins that act as antifreeze. Closing off or becoming cold after emotional conflict is a fairly common reaction. However, this reaction doesn't get us closer to mutual repair. Speaking vulnerably from the heart usually releases pressure and creates the opportunity for empathy. And then these are paddlegrass. So paddlegrass is the only annual seagrass species coming back from seeds every spring. Sometimes the suffering that we thought was healed emerges again. Try to see these experiences as opportunities to revisit practices like radical honesty and nonviolent communication as tools for lasting repair.
Wow. Yes.
Looks like you got your next tattoo.
Also, now you're gonna get Arctic ice fish.
That's really beautiful, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the imagery, both imagery in the art and the imagery in the words. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it definitely resonated with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What part resonated with you?
I'd rather not be.
Yeah, what a cool journey though, you know, like for all of us as we like are building relationships and developing a sense of self as we grow, like I think getting closer to this idea that who we are is somebody deserving of love, but also that loving practice is telling people how we feel. And like how lucky,
That is beautiful.
how lucky for people to receive our feelings, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I sit for hours getting It's just wisdom, like the whole time. Seriously though. Seriously.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm gonna watch this over again.
Yeah.
Probably like 5 times.
She will too.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for just bringing your authentic selves.
Yeah.
That's what makes it work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for all the work you put into this beautiful deck too. This is a labor of love, I know it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It seems like, I mean, there was so much time and effort, but it seems like you had fun doing it too.
There were many years where it was fun. And then the last 3 years were brutal. But part of that was also just like figuring out how to make it real.
Yeah, sure.
And those are the logistics. But the drawing was absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I love drawing this deck. It's really fun.
It's absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is not the first card I've pulled from this deck. I've pulled many, and every time it's been,
Whoa.
yeah.
Cool. That feels really good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
When I
for-
first brought the deck home, remember I left you a voice.
Yeah, you
note right
did.
away. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's fun too is like over a lot of times you pull the kind of similar cards a lot, and then like I have a deck where I'll be like, wow, okay, I haven't seen this card for years,
Yeah.
and look at you. And there's just such a relationship, I think, with tarot that people get to develop over years because there's so many cards in there. 78.
What's your practice with tarot? Like, do you do it daily or weekly or whenever the mood strikes?
I think it's more of a mood striker.
Okay, cool.
She really shows up for me when I'm in a hard place. And I think that's kind of my way in general. Like, that's when I journal, is when I'm having a hard time. Or, I go to the river when I'm having a hard time, and I pull tarot cards when I'm having like a stuck point in my life. And it's really fun to read back to myself something, you know. It's like both a past and future self.
Do you collect decks and use other ones ever? Or
One of my favorite decks is by Joanna Colbert Powell.
Okay.
And she did the Herb Crafters Tarot.
I knew that's what it was. Yeah. We pulled a card from that. We did that on Kyle.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful deck.
It's a beautiful deck, and I think also like has a lot of heart and a lot of like emotional intention in it, and the artwork is just stunning too. Very different.
Unrulybeings.com, folks could buy it. We've said it a few times in the show, but yeah, definitely check it out. This is a good time to get back to tattooing you. We're gonna go back to tattooing you now.
We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks, you two.
Thank
really
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Wow, we're back. That was profound.
Here we are, the tattoo hasn't changed.
Any last words from either of you before we get out of here?
Oh, I have gotten to experience Rosalee in so many different facets of like working together and tattooing and then also experiencing your beautiful work through books, but also your online courses. And I feel endlessly grateful for the connection that we have and that you trust me so much with the art, but also that you provide so many beautiful resources to people far and wide. Your love of plants and this planet and people here, it's just incredible. So, thank you.
It's beautiful. Your turn, Rosalee.
You already talked plenty about me.
Talk about me. Just kidding.
Yeah, pass it on. Pass the love along.
We might do some other projects together maybe at some point.
I don't think I've ever said this on the show, but yeah, that's all, folks. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching today's episode of the Herbalist Hour. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more great herbal content, be sure to subscribe to our Herbal YouTube channel. If you enjoy these Herbalist Hour episodes and you'd like to join us live, you can do so by becoming an Herbal Schoolhouse member. Learn more at herbal.com/schoolhouse. And if you want to get your first 30 days for free, use coupon code YouTube30 at checkout. So our Herbal Schoolhouse members get access to exclusive video classes, monographs, and a lot more herbal community discounts, along with joining these live Herbalist Hour interviews. So one more time, herbal.com/schoolhouse. Enter coupon code YouTube30 at checkout to get your first 30 days for free. All right, we'll see you in the next episode, and take care.